Man, oh man, what a show it was. What a show it was. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. It's Hitman Cause. And, oh God. And welcome to the official review for SummerSlam. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
Yo, what's good, my man, Cos Payton? What's good, my man, Cos Payton?
Not much, man. You ready to get into this?
Hell yeah, let's do this shit like Brutus.
Yeah. You know, normally, I'd go a little extensive when going over these matches, but honestly, with some of them, I really can't, just because some other stuff overshadowed it, but we got y'all. First off, that man Jelly Roll performed live to open up the show, and hey, I can't lie, man, homie was hooking it up. I'm definitely gonna give that song a listen on my own time.
Most definitely.
Then, to start things off, we had Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, and looks like I was wrong because she was accompanied ringside by Dominic Mysterio.
Right, exactly.
Now, there was something pretty interesting that happened. That happened before the match started. Was that the referees were given a little camera as an earpiece. I definitely like to see those ref cams, man. Like those were that's a pretty good idea. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yes, right.
Anyways, onto the match. First off, this fool Corey. I don't know why he fed into this, but he had the nerve to bring up Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam of 2005 for the custody of Dominic.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, damn.
Anyways, onto the match itself. I found it funny that Liv once again kept trying to run away until Rhea did a pump fake and finally caught her.
Exactly.
Now, this match was pretty good, and given the circumstances of what the rumors were, I was pretty nervous the whole match.
Well, yeah, the match was good.
Yeah. Anyway, skipping ahead to the end of the match, Liv brought a chair into the ring, and then she then I think she then, like, before she even had a chance to use it, Rhea hit the riptide, and then Rhea was gonna use the chair. However, Dom grabbed it and talked some sense into Rhea, letting her know that, you know, she wouldn't be able to win the title if she scrambles and Liv's brains with the chair, because she'd get disqualified.
Yeah, that's correct.
But then, God, I don't know why he did this predictable shit. But in any case, Dom then slid the chair into the ring and then distracted the ref, to which then Liv Morgan hit Oblivion onto the chair. 1, 2, 3, and Liv Morgan is still Women's World Champion. And Dominic has turned on Rhea, because after the match, he kissed Liv.
Oh yeah, man, that was crazy. That was crazy, and they say it was gonna have some crazy finishes in some of the matches, and that was one of the rumors and what we predicted, and what we were correct. That happened. The match was good, but yo, that finish, oh my God.
Man, well, I don't know. I really wish that they didn't do this predictable shit, man. I did not want this to happen. Come on.
Nah, I got you perfectly. This whole fucking pay-per-view was great. This whole show was great, but nah, that was crazy. I would have preferred Rhea to win. I wanted Rhea to win it back more. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't mind if Liv retained. Say it again.
No. I was co-signing.
That's a fact. I wanted Liv to retain. I mean, I wanted more. I love both Rhea and Liv. I more wanted Rhea to win. Or if Liv retained, I had no problem with it. But yo, the way the outcome was into a Dominic Turner, yo, like that prediction was right. Oh God.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't.
Nah, I feel you.
But you know, I guess it is what it is.
That's a fact.
I'll have to find some way to live with this, but I'm still a little sick over this.
Oh man.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at like the outcome because it still shows that Liv can't beat Rhea without cheating. But still.
Oh man.
God. Oh. And then you know, once and then the camera panned backstage to what was left of the Judgment Day, and needless to say, you know, your boy Damian Priest was pissed off.
Oh yeah, facts.
And he wanted to he wanted to find what's his face, Dominic and tear his head off. But then Finn Balor suggested, well, Finn Balor said that they were gonna look for him.
Right.
You know, and honestly, that in my opinion got me thinking about another rumor, but we're gonna save that for the end.
Most definitely will. We will save that for the end.
Anyways, next match we have Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title.
Oh
yeah. Now, literally when the bell rings, this dude, Braun Breaker, he tried to pull a fast one, and hit Sami with a spear. But this time Sami saw him coming and was able to sidestep it.
Yeah, exactly. Yo.
Yeah. Then
that sorry, cut you.
No, go ahead.
That match is also great, and oh my God. I mean, I want to get to the outcome and say who won or whatever. I know you got more to say, so we probably should get to it together.
Well, yeah. First off, you know, of course, this dude, Braun Breaker had his freakish athleticism, especially when he hit at first, you know, everyone knows it as the Frankensteiner, but honestly, I like, even though it's a pun, I like what Pat McAfee called it the Breakensteiner. I like that.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he did hit him with that. But more importantly, at the end of the match, Sami attempted to hit the haluva kick, but Braun speared the ever-loving shit out of him.
Yes, he did. Jesus Christ.
My God, he speared the Holy Ghost out of him.
He did.
Then,
Real.
yeah, then needless to say, then, but Braun wasn't finished there, because then he ran the ropes, building up speed for boom, hitting him with a second spear, and finally Braun Breaker is the new Intercontinental Champion. This was a long time coming and very well deserved.
That's correct. Most definitely is correct. Hell yeah. Definitely deserve it.
I'm very happy that Braun won, especially the very powerful way that he did. Very great work by him.
Oh yeah.
Then
most definitely.
Yeah. And honestly, I'd like to see where this reign is gonna go.
Yeah, me too, man.
What?
Me too.
And as far as Sami Zayn goes, who knows?
Right.
Who knows what's next for him?
Oh yeah, most def.
Man, maybe he might try to get it back. Maybe he might take some time off to further focus on his comedy career. Who knows?
Right, who knows? Let's see.
But yeah. Anyways, moving on with LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States title.
Oh yeah.
Now for starters, Logan Paul was wearing Cleveland Browns colors.
Oh yeah, he was.
Then on top of that, he was actually accompanied to the ring by none other than a fellow Cleveland native and Machine Gun Kelly.
That's right. He was. That shocked me to see that he was there too.
Yeah, man, but it was all still cool to see him there,
That's right.
And then when LA Knight showed up, first off he showed up in the in the car.
Oh wow.
First off, he showed up in the what's his face in the prime car that he stole from LA Knight, and then he bashed the window.
Well,
what?
Oh yeah, nah, Sam, my bad. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
It was hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then he bashed the windows before leaving.
Yup. That's right. That's what's funny.
And then I couldn't help but notice LA Knight's gear was on some Chicago bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Cause like, I've seen he's worn white and red before, but then, I started paying attention to the diamonds on the side, and it had me thinking of the Bulls. And then once Corey Graves name dropped the Bulls, that was it.
Oh wow.
Now,
that's crazy.
Now, funny thing before, when it came to this match, that they were really getting into it before the bell even rang.
Oh yeah.
Hell,
they were. That was one of the craziest parts.
Yeah. Hell, there was even a part where freaking Logan Paul was rammed into his own into his own prime stand And then, but Logan turned the tables a bit by taking a bottle of Prime and spitting the drink in his face.
That is correct.
And once again, I must make an emphasis of this for you, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of how you feel about Logan Paul, I promise you, give Prime a shot. Like a wise man once said, you never know unless you try. And I've given Prime a shot, and I promise you, it's legit.
Hell yeah, it really is. And the prayer, should I say, I'm happy about this match too. I'm happy who won. Oh my God, I'm happy.
Yeah, but there's a little something about the ending that I don't think you noticed. But we'll get to that in a sec.
Right.
You know, I couldn't help but notice with LA Knight that elbow drop, in my opinion, looked more like the Purple Rainmaker, Velveteen Dream's finisher. Oh. The reason why I say it looked like his because early on when Dream did the Purple Rainmaker, he did it like that, where he jumped from the middle rope to the top rope and then hit the elbow.
All right.
So.
Right. Oh my God. That was crazy too.
But a little after that, this dude Logan Paul once again shows why he is legit, because this dude hit a springboard moonsault onto the outside. Like I don't know what was more crazy, him hitting the move, him actually performing the move, or the fact that he was able to turn his body around on the rope without slipping before hitting the moonsault. And that was a great moonsault too.
Yeah, it was.
But
really,
anyway, and then after that, there was a nice little exchange where Logan attempted to hit the one lucky punch. Then LA Knight countered and tried the BFT, but Logan countered out of that and went for a backslide.
Yup. And my boy LA.
Hold it, wait, not yet. Then towards the end of the match, MGK gave Logan Paul a pair of brass knuckles that was wrapped around his chain, and Logan Paul did use them, but afterwards he attempted to hit the buckshot there, which he does better than Hangman Page, might I add. But yeah, then however, before he could hit the lariat, LA Knight caught him with the BFT for the win, and LA Knight is the new United States champion.
Oh yeah.
However, this is the part that I wanted to mention that I don't think you caught. If anybody was paying attention closely, Logan Paul's foot was underneath the rope.
Oh.
Because when LA Knight hooked Logan's leg, his other leg was underneath the rope. And how I know for a fact is that whenever a wrestler's foot is either on the rope or underneath the rope, the pin has to be stopped.
Yes, right.
But, of course, the referee's decision is final. But, this does make for an interesting gripe and legitimate gripe that Logan Paul can have. However, at the same time, one can argue that Logan dropped the title because his girl is close to her due date. You know, cheers to y'all. You know, y'all about to have a family, but even still, just a little food for thought. You know, his foot was underneath the rope.
Got you, my man.
So if if Logan wants to make a stink about it, he has every right to.
Right.
Well,
yeah, my boy LA Knight's the new champion. That's one of the things I was happy about too. My boy LA Knight's the new champ.
Yeah. Now we had a little break from the action and a little bit of shameless advertising, in which Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, Otis, Maxine, and Akira Tozawa was promoting Manscaped. Now, it was already, I'd say weird enough seeing Corbin and the barber freaking using the product on Apollo's head, because considering that he's bald, he really doesn't need it. And then the shit got awkward with Otis because he was about to put it down his pants.
Oh yeah.
And then
that was crazy.
And then he started, and he was shaving his chest with it, and that was just like very, very awkward.
Right.
But it's whatever.
I got you perfectly.
Anyways, on to the next match. We have Bayley versus Nia Jax. First off, I couldn't help but notice that Nia was showing off a new crown.
Oh yeah, most that.
Now, part of me questions why, considering that the previous crown didn't even get destroyed.
Oh, alright, for real.
But anyways, on to the match. I definitely liked what I saw, especially when Nia gave Bayley the stink face.
Right.
But Bayley was definitely bringing it.
Yeah, she was.
Well,
she was for real.
One thing in the match, she hit. No. Nia tried to hit a stalling suplex. However, Bayley countered with a guillotine choke.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Then Nia was on the top rope and she tried to do a leg drop, but she missed, which allowed Bayley to hit the Bayley to belly. But there was a kick out.
Right.
But I think the craziest part came towards the end, where Nia was gonna go for the Annihilator. However, Bayley actually picked her up, and I don't know how she was able to lift her up, but able to hold her up, and then hit her with a power bomb.
Correct.
Then next thing you know, Tiffany Stratton comes out, and she brings a ref, and she looks at it as if she was gonna cash in. But before she even gets a chance, Bayley punches her in the face. But then this sets her up, because then she tries to run the ropes, and then on Nia, but then Nia counters it into a pop-up power bomb. Then
exactly.
And then after that, Nia then hits a second power bomb, and then to follow it up, she hits 2 Annihilators, and Nia Jax is your new women's champion, my queen. My queen.
Yeah, I'm happy
That's
about
my
that.
queen. That's my queen.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Words cannot begin to describe how happy I am for Nia.
Word.
She more than earned this. She more than deserves this moment. Because after everything she's been through and how hard she's worked, during this return, and how much better she's gotten in the ring, this was well deserved.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to sound like the commentators, but you know what? I'm fully convinced that Tiffany Stratton had no intention of cashing in for real, and that her coming down to look like she was cashing in was meant to be nothing but a distraction, and to which it worked.
Oh, yeah.
To which it worked.
Right.
And speaking of Tiffany, what do you think of her new briefcase that Nia gave her?
What I think of the new briefcase is that it's interesting.
And back on the predictions, I'm pretty sure I called it that Nia was gonna give her another briefcase.
Oh yes, you did.
I'm pretty sure I did, and if I didn't, who cares?
You called it on it. You did call it.
Anyways, moving on. We have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Now, to start things off, Tacky, who was your special guest referee, lived up to his name. First off, he came up wearing this fucking tacky ass robe, but then again, it's again why I call him that. And then his pants were an eyesore too. But I will admit the ref shirt he made was nice, but that's about like the only thing that wasn't tacky on him. And then of course, because Tacky was the referee, he also had the ref cam. And we saw a little bit of it during his entrance.
That's correct.
Now, to CM Punk, he came out where his attire was looking, was inspired by Bret Hart.
Oh yeah.
And then before the match started, I couldn't help but notice that when he took off his hoodie, he threw it at Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
To which, Tacky was none too pleased about that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Then, as the match started, both Punk and Drew pummeled each other into the corner on different times, but both times, Seth both yanked them both out the corner and told them, respect my authority and shit.
Right.
Then they fought, and then it started to get a little funny because Drew and Punk fought on the outside. But while they were fighting on the outside, at first, Seth was counting, but he was taking his sweet time counting. But before he eventually stopped counting and just started chilling on the top rope, not giving a fuck.
Yeah, that's a fact. That was crazy, yo. Yo, that match is crazy, especially as Rollins as referee.
Yeah. Then, after that, they were further fighting once again. Tacky was dicking around because this time he was tying his shoe while ignoring what they were doing.
Right.
Then, while Drew McIntyre was bashing CM Punk's head into the announce table, Seth was busy working the crowd over, and they were more than happy to oblige him by singing his theme.
Right. For real, right, yo.
And then
that match, the whole pay-per-view was so fucking great, man.
Yeah. And then then another funny thing happened where Drew had Punk underneath the rope, ready to hit him with the decapitator. And then initially at first, Seth was like, hold up, but then eventually he was like, fuck it, go ahead. To which Drew was like, anyways.
Exactly.
And then for the first few pin attempts, I couldn't help but notice that as what's his face tried to as Drew tried to pin Punk instantly kicked out, like not even giving it a 1 count, so Seth couldn't even get in position.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And then, you know, at this point, you know, Seth actually had to step in because Drew grabbed a chair, and so at this point that was going a little too far. But then, but then Drew then shoved Seth's face, to which then Seth was about to hit Drew with the chair. But Drew ducked, and he was about to hit Punk, but thankfully he was able to stop himself in time.
But yeah, that was for real.
But then, while Seth had his back turned as he was trying to get rid of the chair, Punk rolled up Drew. But again, because Seth had his back turned, he couldn't get into position in time.
All right.
Then later on in the match, CM Punk locks in the Anaconda Vice. We haven't seen that move from in a while. But
we haven't.
Yeah. But he winds up stopping and stopping the whole breaking it himself, because he notices on the arm that he locks in the vice, he sees his bracelet.
That's right.
To which then he yanks it off, and then he blows a kiss to Seth Rollins before hitting the Macho Man elbow drop. Then Drew hits a Claymore, but there's a kick out. Then Drew hits. Well, no, he attempts a Future Shock DDT, but Punk counters out, and then he's about to put Drew to sleep, but again he lets him go because Seth was now wearing the bracelet. To which then Punk gets up in his face, thinking that he's trying to fuck with him. To which Seth tries to swear on everything that he isn't.
Right.
To which then Drew crashes it into Punk, who then in turn knocks Seth out the ring. But
exactly.
But during then, while Seth's outside the ring, Punk puts Drew to sleep. However, the pin is late because Seth was out the ring and he had to scramble to get back in the ring. So and then of course, because Seth, because the pin was late, Drew was able to kick out. Then Punk got pissed, and he was insistent that Seth was trying to screw him over. To which then he puts Seth to sleep. And then, and then he finally takes back his bracelet. But this will come back to bite him because then Drew takes him to Dick Kick City and then hits the Claymore for the win. And also, Drew takes the bracelet right back. And then also, Tacky, after the match, immediately tore off his ref shirt and then stormed off.
Oh yeah.
Now, I got two things to say. Number one, I'm very happy Drew won. He deserved that payback. That's number one. And number two,
most definitely, I want either one to win.
Yeah, and then yeah. No, number one, I'm happy Drew won. And then number two, Punk has no one to blame but himself. But I find it so. I find it so karma based at the fact that Punk screwed himself over.
Oh wow!
And honestly, the biggest piece of karma was Drew taking Punk to Dick Kick City. Considering that in Drew's world title match in Glasgow, Punk took Drew to Dick Kick City. So that was pure payback.
Yeah, it was. That really was.
And honestly, but you know, I'm about to say the most obvious thing ever, but this is far from over.
Yeah, it's far from over, man. It is.
I mean,
it is far from over.
Because first off, Punk number one, he's gonna be super pissed when he comes back, on Raw, because number one, he's gonna be pissed at Drew because he took the bracelet back, and then two, he's gonna be pissed at Seth because he's gonna feel that Seth screwed him over.
Yes, correct.
But for one thing, again, that was his own fault because number one, Seth did not attack him. But like I said earlier, he put Seth to sleep.
That is right.
You know? So,
right.
But,
for real, man.
So, this is obviously going to set up another match, which I'm all for. But more than likely, this time it's going to be a triple threat match with with all three of them, or probably a singles match with one of them. But honestly, I think it should be a triple threat because like if it's a singles match, someone who the person who's not involved in the match is going to interfere.
Exactly. It's going to be a triple threat. I think that was the original plan for this SummerSlam. It was going to have to be a triple threat.
Yeah, but the plans changed and they made it a singles match with Seth as special guest referee.
Right.
But hey, it is what it is. And
yeah, for real.
And
that match. Sorry to cut you. Yeah, that match between Punk and Drew was, oh my God, especially as a special referee. It was a great match. This whole pay-per-view, man, oh my Lord.
Yep. Moving on.
Right.
We have Damian Priest defending the world title against Gunther. Now,
yes, sir.
Now, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to skip to the end just because the craziness.
Oh yeah.
Watch it. First off, during the match, I thought it was crazy that freaking Gunther's chest started bleeding.
Yes, yo.
But he didn't let it faze him none. As a matter of fact, he took the blood on his chest and wiped it on his face. Showing that he don't sweat that. But in any case, towards the end of the match, Finn Balor pulls up to try and cheer Damian on.
That was fucking ridiculous, yo.
Hold on, man. To which then, Gunther then kicks Finn Balor, which honestly, for me at first, I thought was gonna, get rid of my suspicions, but considering what happened next, it didn't, because what happened next was that, after Gunther kicked Finn, Priest got mad seeing this. To which then, he hit the razor's edge, then south of heaven, but then ref counts 1, 2, but then Finn puts Gunther's leg on the rope.
Oh yes, for real.
Then, then Priest sees on the Titantron what happened. No, excuse me, on the jumbotron on the side of the stadium, and sees what happened. To which then he goes to confront Finn, but before he can, Gunther puts him on a sleeper hold. But he eventually fights out of it, and then he actually grabs Finn. But before he could do anything to Finn, Gunther puts him in another sleeper hold, and Priest passes out, and Gunther is your new World Heavyweight Champion. First off, cheers to Gunther for winning the world title. But but we have another piece of the Judgment Day screwing over another piece. And it's just crazy because this pay-per-view was literally the Judgment Day coming apart at the seams. Now, I wouldn't say that this is the end of the Judgment Day, but what I can definitely say is that both Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest are now no longer in Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh my God, that match was very great and crazy. Seeing Gunther as the champion, and the man finally deserves to be a main champion. Thank God. I wanted him to win or Priest to retain, honestly speaking. And thank God Gunther won it. King Gunther. And the whole Judgment Day, this is going to keep getting crazy and crazy. And Punk and Drew's match, I said that's referee was crazy. There's definitely going to be more matches between them down the line.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. But, as much as I love Judgment Day, this was bound to happen eventually because, they were teasing Finn's jealousy over Priest winning the world title and him not being able to.
That's right, man. That's crazy.
Now, of course, the question remains: where does JD McDonough and Carlito stand in all this? And for me, it's pretty obvious that JD is going to stick with Finn for two reasons. Number one, because they're the World Tag Team Champions. And two, because they have way too much history. Freaking the best friends. Finn taught JD everything he knows.
Right. Exactly.
And if we're talking loyalty, it only makes sense for JD to be more loyal to Finn than to Damian, considering the fact that when it came to JD even associating himself with the Judgment Day, Finn brought him in and he was all on board, whereas Priest was the last person to accept him. But now, I had a thought. When it comes to Carlito, do you think now he's going to be a full-fledged member, or are they still going to string him along?
I think he'll be a full-fledged member now.
All right. Now, second question: do you think that Liv Morgan is now going to be a member?
I think so too. Yeah.
Because the way the way I see it, if the Judgment Day doesn't completely split, then I'm thinking either the Judgment Day is going to be Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, or it's going to be Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Carlito, and then Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And I tell you what, part of me expects the Judgment Day's clubhouse to be rebuilt Monday.
Right.
And it'll be better than ever.
Oh right, facts.
And then also with this title change, a bit of SummerSlam history has repeated itself that Michael brought up, in which every time the world title has been defended at SummerSlam, it's changed hands every time.
Right.
And once again, the world title was defended at SummerSlam, and once again, the title switched hands.
Oh yeah, man. It's a fact.
Now, considering that Damian is going to be busy wanting revenge on Finn Balor, I don't think he's going to be going after the world title anytime soon. Maybe. So, with that being said, who do you think going to his first opponent will be?
Right, I think it's gonna be Damian again.
You didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything I just said, did you?
Oh, sorry. You said being that what's gonna be going on?
Yeah, I'm saying who? Because he's gonna be busy, trying to get revenge on Finn. So I said that's why I said, who do you think going to his first opponent will be? I mean, for me, what happened?
I want to say possibly, it's gonna be, who the hell can I say? I think this first opponent could possibly be maybe Sheamus. Probably not, because he's feuding with
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne and what's the guy's name? Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah. Now for me, this is a little out there, but I think his first opponent is going to be Jey Uso.
Oh yeah, didn't think about putting.
And if not him, then Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah.
Now, before we get any further off track, on to the main event: Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Now, before we get into the match, tell me what was your take on Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu winning the tag titles?
My take on that, it was good. I kind of wanted them to win. I kind of didn't. I more wanted DIY to keep it longer. They just won them. It's too soon for them to lose it.
That's the biggest gripe that people have when it came to this, is the fact that DIY were pretty much transitional champions because they held the titles for less than a month.
Right.
And then what made it even worse was that Johnny lost the titles. Well, for two things. Number one, Johnny lost the titles in his hometown. That's number one. And then to add further insult to injury, he was the one who got pinned.
Whoa, That's right. Exactly.
But it is what it is. I can't even front. I'm never the biggest Bloodline fan, but I'm honestly down with them being champs. Personally, I would have preferred Tamatonga. I would have preferred Tamatonga and Tongaloa, but it is what it is.
Right. That's correct.
But anyways, on to the match. We had now before the match even started, we had Cody bring his dog with him for the last time. Now for me, I had the morbid idea that the poor doggo was going to be put down, but turns out what happened was that he normally travels the road with Cody, but this was going to be the last time, and he was going to stay home now from now on.
Right.
Then before he came out, Cody got a bit of words of encouragement and advice from the Enforcer, Double A, Arn Anderson, and I'm very happy to see him on WWE TV, especially considering that one drunken chick who got him fired.
Right.
But again, glad to see the Enforcer there, and he let Cody know that he made a couple of calls, and Cody has some backup on the way if he needs it.
Yes, sir.
Now, the crowd was all over Solo. They were chanting, of course, F you Solo.
That's what it was.
Now, there was something I liked from Cody when they were outside the ring, was that he threw Solo into the Prime stand, and then he took a sip of some Prime. The thing was, Cody was a little low on energy, so he needed to take a sip to quench his thirst and re-energize him.
Right. That's correct.
Anyways, towards the end, Solo attempted to hit Crossroads, but then Cody countered, and he was about to hit Crossroads himself. That is until Tamatonga and Tongaloa showed up and proceeded to beat the crap out of Cody. And
right.
And Solo did try to pin him, but Cody kicked out. Then Kevin Owens came out to fight off the Bloodline, but 3 versus 1, he could only flare for so long before getting overwhelmed. But then Randy Orton came out, and then he fought them. To which then Orton hit Tongaloa with the RKO. Then KO hit Tamatonga with the stunner. Then he hit Solo with a Swanton bomb. Then Cody hit Crossroads, but Solo kicked out. Then Cody hit Solo with the steel steps twice. But before he could hit him with it, and then before he could hit him with it a third time, Solo spears him. But Cody still kicks out. Then Solo props him in front of steel steps, and he was going to hit him with the hip attack. However, he missed. Which then Cody hit 2 Crossroads, but before he could hit the third, out pops Jacob Fatu. And then he hits the Whisper in the Wind, and then proceeds to beat the shit out of Cody. However, Cody kicks out. Then
that's right.
Then here's the scary spot that concerns me. He hit a splash onto Cody through a table, but he tweaked his knee.
Yeah, he did.
And he looked like he was he was struggling to stand, and he was clutching his knee. Now I'm praying to God that he was just selling. He was just selling really well, because
yeah, man.
Because the last thing that I need is for Jacob Fatu to get injured, man. Because he just got here and he's red hot, man. And I don't. And the last thing I want is for him to get injured. Like this would freaking ruin everything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want my boy Jacob injured, man.
But so hopefully he's just selling really well, and if God forbid that it is legit, I'm very sorry that it happened, Jacob, and I wish you all the best for a speedy recovery, my brother.
Yeah, man, for real. Me too. I wish you well, my boy Jacob. I hope you get better. I hope it's not serious.
But anyways, Solo then attempts to pin Cody. However, Cody kicks out, and then while they were down, out comes Roman Reigns.
Hell yeah! Out comes my boy Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief is back. Head of the table back.
Much to the whole crowd's delight. All the bitches got wet. All the niggas, all the bitch ass niggas were licking their lips, ready to glaze them.
Jesus Christ! Oh, come on, man, boy. Why you gotta say, come on, son?
But also I couldn't help but notice two things when it came to Roman. Number one, he came out to a new theme.
Yes.
Obviously, it was like a remix to Head of the Table.
That's a fact, and that's the exact thing like when he came out to WrestleMania.
Reminds me a little of Drew McIntyre's theme, a little, just because of how it's remixed.
Right.
But also that I noticed his shirt saying OTC.
Right.
And for me, I think it stands for only Tribal Chief. Or yeah. That's all I can think of.
Break it up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, facts, or original Tribal Chief.
I didn't see. I didn't think of that word, but I should have.
Oh, you good, my man?
So yeah. But anyways, Roman comes down. He then hits Solo with the Superman punch. Then he spears him. Then he gives a nod to Cody. And into which then Cody hits the crossroads, and Cody is still your WWE champion. Now, for me, what I think for Roman, when it came to him nodding his head,
right,
that was him saying two things, and especially with him looking back, he was saying two. Right. He was saying two things. Number one, he was saying that he was pretty much telling Solo the real Tribal Chief is back, and I'm about to reclaim what's mine. And then two,
that's a fact. Yeah.
And then two was meant for Cody, in which you can have that title. You can keep that title for now, but once I'm done handling my business, I'm coming for you.
Word, that's a fact. That's exactly what my boy Roman's saying, yo. That's exactly what my boy Roman's saying.
Now, out of all this, I mentioned to the Humble Man before the show there was something that didn't happen that I was disappointed about, and that was Roman Reigns came back, but to my disappointment, Jimmy Uso didn't come back.
Oh yeah, that's probably gonna happen like a few weeks or months. Hell yeah, but they gonna reunite. But I thought, word, Jimmy. Word, something tells me Jimmy gonna come back on SmackDown possibly because he's cleared for in-ring return.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna interfere in the tag title match, but he didn't.
Me too. I honestly thought he was gonna come. Sorry to cut you.
Go ahead.
I honestly thought he was gonna come attack Jacob when he was flying off. I thought he was gonna kick him from the kick ram into knee for him to kick from Jimmy. Oh, the Jimmy's gonna get in the ring. I thought that, but he probably gonna come back Friday.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you know. But anyways, yeah. And
Right.
and you know, this is random, but I feel it's appropriate because I was talking to one of my boys. He works security in the mall, and he told me something interesting for Survivor Series war games that could happen. Pretty much in all Bloodline war games, where
Right, yo, that's right.
where it will be Roman Reigns and the Usos and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
So I was saying that, you know, yo, man, that whole like pay-per-view was like really, really great. Like the Bloodline rules match, oh my God, like another rules match. When you think about it, you got to compare it, of course, to the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. Oh my God.
Yep, and once again, Cody has proven that Bloodline rules is his match.
Exactly, and he did say that in the press conference, saying like it's his match.
Now, I didn't watch the press conference, so I didn't know he said that.
Yep, I saw a little bit of it before we had to get to business on here.
Because the thing is, after the pay-per-view ended and the camera panned to the press conference, I immediately stopped because I didn't have the patience to listen to her.
Nah, I got you.
Because she was making me cringe.
I got you perfectly.
I didn't want to see that.
Nah, I got you perfectly, bro.
But needless to say, this pay-per-view was a home run, and I will say this: when it came to Roman's return, did I call it or what? When he came back, the pop was insane.
Hell yeah, you did call it.
And once again, you know me, I'm not a fan of him, but again, I'm not stupid.
Oh, right.
And
you're correct.
And I said from the jump that when he comes back, he was gonna get a monster pop.
All right.
Now, personally, when it comes to him coming back, now number one, he's clearly gonna be a face. That's number one. Number two,
right?
You know, I hope they don't turn him back into the big dog. Because
I mean, oh yeah, they're not. Hell no, he's gonna still be the tribal chief, but as a baby face, they're not turning back into a big dog. That cannot happen.
Because the big dog sucked the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper.
Damn it.
As a matter of fact,
I love him as head of the table, tribal chief, or the big dog. I love him as a big dog too, but nah, big dog character he cannot go back to.
Matter of fact, the big dog sucked the chrome off of a '67 Pontiac GTO.
Shit. Damn it, man.
But anyways, yeah, this whole pay-per-view was great. And with that being said, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Contracts. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man as always for coming through, kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Hell yeah. You already know my man Carl Payton. You already know. Always a pleasure. Always hosting this with you. Coming through, kicking my wrestling knowledge. You already know my man. God, I love this pay-per-view.
Yep. So, with that being said, if y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, while we're at Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.